it's been a while since I've made one of these mental health videos. I meant to be more consistent with them, but sometimes like there just isn't anything to like update with. It just feels like nothing's really changing. Ooh. Speaking of mental health, little goth sheep here. But you know, I just turned 31, and a lot of my friends now are turning 30. And it's interesting because one of my friends recently brought up that he's like been feeling a lot of grief over like lost time, which it makes a lot of sense to me. So I kind of just wanted to talk about that for a little bit, like feeling grief in like a non-traditional sense, I guess. And not even for myself, I guess, but in certain ways, I guess, for me as well. For him, right, he's been talking about like the feeling of like lost time and not being where he expected to be at 30 years old, which I think is like super valid and probably something that like a lot of people feel. It's probably something a lot of people feel, it's like, how did this happen? Like, teenage me, younger me thought that I was going to be married at 27 years old. I haven't even dated since 27. I've been single this whole time. And there's a part of me that's like, oh dang, like I guess like that vision for me didn't like happen. But honestly, like that's fine. Like I don't know. I feel like I'd rather find something that like works for me than try to create a life that I envisioned and then like regret it later. But still feeling like sad about not reaching that goal or like feeling like you lost out on something, I think is like super reasonable as well. Like I took a very non-traditional path to just in life, right? I took a very non-traditional path in general. Took me 8 years to finish my undergrad, and I had planned on becoming a teacher, but I graduated like right as the pandemic like kicked off in 2020. So I kind of just put some of those plans on hold. I'm like, okay, I won't go for like a teaching credential, and I'll just like just try to work and figure it all out. Then all the stuff I saw, like the burned out teachers during that time, all the teacher friends that I talked to that said it wasn't good, every teacher I've talked to since then, they're like, don't get into this. Like if I could change it now. And I'm sure that there's some teachers that still really like their job and it's great. I think that we need good teachers, but it kind of put me off of that path. I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. With everything I feel like I hear, I don't think that this is for me. But it's not like I had another plan. I didn't do, I didn't know what to expect, right? Like I'm like, okay, that's just it. I've been on TikTok recently and I heard the term rudderless, which I guess is just like you're kind of afloat. You're just like stuck, I guess. And I think I have really fulfilling hobbies and things, but like work wise, I'm like not doing what I want to do. And then like personal fulfillment wise, I feel like there's a lot like missing as well. And it's, I don't know, grief is like weird, right? Because it's like, it's not necessarily the sense of like, the loss of a person. But like, I don't know, the loss of time is like a really significant like feeling, you're just like, I don't know how to explain it. I think the best way that I want to, it's just, there's a part of me that's like not upset about where I'm at and how my life is, because there's a lot of things that I get to do and like personally fulfilling relationships that I have that I don't feel like, everything is like hopeless. But then there's like also an overwhelming sense of like what if like what if I missed my point? Like what if my time has passed? And 31 is quite young. I have a lot of time to figure things out. I think a lot of people change careers in their 30s even. Um, but like, you know, I don't even like, again, I guess like I'm rudderless, right? Like I don't know what I'd be doing. I don't know where I'd be going. It's just like, okay, like we're just existing. And I think that it's been really difficult to try to like, I don't know, find a calling, I guess. Like, because you think you have one, and then you don't, and then what are you doing? You know, like how are you supposed to continue navigating? I don't. Again, that sounds like so much worse than I like mean it to be, but it's just like I understand why. I mean, myself too, but also a lot of my friends feel it's like, oh yeah, like, you know, where am I going? Like, what am I supposed to be doing? Like, why does this all feel so, I don't know, difficult? I want to end this on like some like a happier note, I guess. But I don't really have like a happy thing to say about it. It's just like feeling like lost and hopeless, especially in your like 30s. I mean, probably even older and like definitely younger as well. It's totally valid and fine. But that sounded bad too. I just feel like I'm just talking off the cuff now. But like, have you like you ever seen like illustrations of like feeling grief, and it's just like, you know, it's not something that goes away, you know, like it's just something that you like grow around. um yeah, I don't know, I guess I'm just hoping that like we can all figure out how to grow around it. Because the thing is too is like feeling grief and like, I don't know, sadness isn't the right word, but probably there is like an aspect when you're feeling grief of sadness as well, depending on like, I guess, that kind of grief. um like that can end up really feeling like you're burning yourself out. Like every action you do just feels like it's not correct, right? So you're just like how do I overcome this? And I feel like it's not something that necessarily needs to be overcame, but like something that just like needs to be like lived with. And then like handled is also like not the right word, but like something that you can like figure out how to coexist with. And then you can kind of start taking steps to then like figure out what it is you're supposed to do. But I think that sometimes it feels like you're like walking through quicksand. But like it's okay to feel that way. It's okay to feel like you can't do something. It's okay to take the day and like lay in bed, scroll through TikTok because you're feeling hurt and vulnerable, and you shouldn't feel guilty about needing to take time for yourself. Anyways, thanks so much for watching.